Let me begin with this truth. Life moves by patterns. There are divine patterns that bait purpose, peace, and power. And then there are evil patterns, chains designed to keep generations bound, dreams delayed, and destinies derailed. An evil pattern is like a dark shadow that repeats itself. Father was an alcoholic, the son drinks even more. Grandmother died of cancer at 45, mother at 47, and now the daughter is already getting symptoms at 42. Divorce in every generation, failure at the edge of breakthrough, shame, poverty, sudden death. These are not coincidences, they are spiritual patterns. But here is the fire. Prayer is how you interrupt evil patterns and establish new divine ones. And the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Let me show you the contrast. In Judges chapter 6, we meet Gideon hiding in fear. Israel is oppressed by the Midianites. Every time they sow, the enemy comes and steals. Year after year, that is a pattern. But when Gideon raises an altar to the Lord and steps into divine alignment, that pattern breaks. From fearful farmer to fearless warrior. Because prayer is not just words, it is a weapon. It is how you shift spiritual climates. Evil patterns are spiritual codes. They are enforced by covenants, sacrifices, and altars, some made before you were even born. That is why normal, casual praying doesn't break them. But when you establish a prayer pattern, intentional, strategic, consistent prayer, you are not just asking God for things, you are waging war. You are saying, "This stops with me. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." That is not a cute quote, it is a line in the sand. Let me ask you, what cycle has chased your family long enough? What do you always struggle with that never seems to leave? What looks like a pattern in your life, but you have excused it as just life? You can't break what you tolerate, and you can't tolerate what you see clearly. The enemy thrives in patterns we normalize, but prayer gives us eyes to see and fire to fight. So what is your prayer pattern? It is a lifestyle, not a 5-minute whisper before bed. Daniel prayed 3 times a day, even when it could cost him his life. What happened? The lions couldn't touch him. A prayer pattern broke a death sentence. Jesus woke up early to pray, often alone. Why? Because he knew that public victory is rooted in private consistency. Paul and Silas prayed and sang in prison. What happened? Chains fell, foundations shook. That is the power of patterned prayer. When you make prayer a pattern, you become a threat to every generational curse that ever walked through your bloodline. I declare this: your consistent prayer can rewrite your family history. You may not have wealth, you may not have connections, but if you have a prayer life, you have power. Prayer builds altars. Altars change atmospheres, and atmospheres dictate outcomes. Listen again. Prayer builds altars. Altars change atmospheres, and atmospheres dictate outcomes. You are not just praying for today, you are sowing seeds that your children and grandchildren will reap. Because when you break the evil pattern, you open up a righteous path for those who come after you. Don't just pray when you are in trouble. Pray until trouble runs when it sees you coming. Final charge. Let today be the day you stop reacting to evil patterns and start establishing prayer patterns. Build an altar in your home. Declare war in the spirit. Fast. Wake up early. Pray every day. Anoint your children. Break curses. Declare God's word. Change the rhythm of your house. Let hell know you are not available for harassment anymore. We were born to break cycles and birth revival. And it starts with prayer.